Is back in session. The Honorable Judge Simpson presides.
You may be seated. All right. Court does call the case of the people versus Daniel Field.
Actually, line for people.
State your name, sir. All right, Mr. Magoo. As with every proceeding, I do have to advise you that you are before the court on a charge of resisting and obstructing a police officer. As we have been through it before, I'm not going to ask you to acknowledge any of this. I think that you understand what I am indicating. That is a felony punishable by up to 2 years incarceration, $2,000 fine plus court costs. I would advise you have elected to represent yourself in this matter. There are indeed perils with representing yourself. I will also advise you that you are held to the same standards as anyone else conducting a proceeding before this court, whether it be with regard to evidence, the rules of evidence, the rules of procedure, and the like. And court is not going to show you any favoritism. I'm not going to treat you better or worse than either side. If, I was indicating, you're elected to represent yourself, if at any time you wish to be represented by an attorney, could not afford to hire one, you have to inform the court of that. The court will assure that you will have counsel. All right. Other people? Yes, sir.
Just, Your Honor, for the record, I'm not here on a general appearance. I'm here as making a special appearance. I do not, nor have I ever consented to the personal jurisdiction matter of the court. I'm here to specifically cross-examine my accusers. And with that being said,
well, let me just put it to you this way. This court has jurisdiction over you as a person. I also have jurisdiction over the subject matter of these proceedings. So while you may disagree, I think your position is legally insufficient.
all right, I just wanted to notify.
Your position is legally insufficient and irrelevant to anything that we have to do right now. Am I clear? Thank you. Are the people ready to proceed?
We are, Your Honor.
You may call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. With consent, that we will waive opening, and I will call Officer.
I don't waive opening, with what consent? What was that? You said with my consent, I didn't consent. What was that? I just asked some clarification.
You're not required to give an opening at preliminary examination, but if you'd like to, Ms. Lundy.
I do not choose to give an opening.
All right, very good. Thank you. All right, let me call your first witness.
Darnell Tyson.
Sir, please come forward to be sworn.
Your Honor, Michigan Rule of Evidence 615, I am at my request to ask the other officers that will be giving testimony against me. I ask that they leave the room.
Are you making a motion to sequester?
Yes.
In your response to the people?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Witnesses that will testify are hereby ordered sequestered. Thank you.
I wasn't clear on what rule that was cited, but
Wasn't,
thank you.
but I got what he was getting at.
You shall to affirm the testimony about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. So, state spell your first and last name for the record.
Darnell Tyson, DARNELLTYSON.
Thank you. You may inquire.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. How are you employed?
Defendant Police Department.
And how long have you been employed in that position?
Since April of 20, well, once we passed, I've been on the road since April of last year.
April of 24?
That's fine.
In what capacity are you employed by the Ypsilanti Police Department? A police officer? Were you working on October 11th, 2024?
Yes, ma'am.
What shift were you on that day?
Second shift nights.
What is nights?
6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And what were you wearing that day?
My uniform, my family uniform.
Were you displaying your badge of office? Were you operating a patrol car or a passenger in a patrol car?
Yes, ma'am. Hold on.
Did you happen to come into contact with anybody who's currently in the courtroom on that date?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was that? And can you tell me where he's sitting and something that he's wearing, please?
He's wearing a black suit. He's sitting at the table right behind you, right?
Your Honor, may the record reflect the witness identify the defendant.
That objection record shall so reflect.
Where did you come into contact with him?
On Michigan Ave, I can't remember the exact address, but it's right behind Buffer Reds.
Is that in the city of Ypsilanti, County of Washtenaw, State of Michigan? And when you got to that location, do you recall about what time it was? Nighttime or daytime?
It was early morning.
Early morning? When you got to that location, what did you observe?
It was two people by a car. One was sitting by the front passenger tire, and one was standing to his left over him.
Were either one of those people the defendant?
Yes.
Who was it? Where was the defendant?
He was the person standing up next to the person that was sitting on the ground.
Who else was there when you were on scene?
Myself, Officer Smith, Sergeant Gibbs, Mr. Magoo, and Officer Chief, and there was his friend, I don't remember his friend's name.
The person that was sitting by the passenger side of the tire was Mr. Magoo's friend?
Yes.
That's when you say his friend, that's who you're referring to?
Yes.
What happened when you got up to the area where Mr. Magoo and his friend were located?
We observed his friend sitting on the ground. We saw a case of open, I think it was seltzer waters and fireball on the ground. We walked over because we were dispatched to that area for a fight. The description we got of the people involved in the fight did not fit them. But when we saw the gentleman sitting on the ground, kind of slumped over, we just stepped over because we were just trying to see if he was all right.
So you said fireball. Is that something, is that a brand name something?
Alcohol.
Alcohol? What happened next?
We were just trying to get a clear understanding of what was going on. Like I said, we witnessed a guy who was sitting on the ground, kind of slumped over. So I presume that he might have been under the influence of alcohol, seeing that we had the filthy waters and the fireball there. But we were just trying to see if he needed any medical assistance.
Would it be fair to say that Sergeant Gibbs took the lead a little bit when approaching?
Definitely.
After Sergeant Gibbs approached the two men, what happened next?
Sergeant Gibbs gave Mr. Magoo a couple directives. He asked him to step away. I believe he asked him at least 2 or 3 times to just leave. So which Mr. Magoo did not. At that point, Sergeant Gibbs asked him to leave again. He did not. At that point, we went hands on for obstructing our ability to investigate what was going on with the gentleman sitting on the ground.
What happened after you went hands on?
We took Mr. Magoo kind of around to where the car was. We put handcuffs on him. We walked him over to Sergeant Gibbs' patrol vehicle. At that point, as we were going to put him in the vehicle, we had to search anybody that, before we could put him into the vehicle. So as we were doing I wasn't doing the search. Officer Smith was. I was just there to keep control of Mr. Magoo at that point.
In what way were you there to keep control of him? What were you doing?
I was holding him by his arm.
Where were you standing relative to where he was standing?
At first, while Officer Smith was searching him to the right, I was to the left of Mr. Magoo. After he finished searching him to the right, we switched positions. I went to the right side, Officer Smith to the left.
So Mr. Magoo is currently facing a vehicle,
Yes.
and you're standing behind him to his right or to his left, depending on what side of him is being searched.
Yes, ma'am.
What happened while Officer Smith was searching the defendant?
Mr. Magoo made a couple other statements. I don't really know. I really don't remember what those were. I do remember he made a statement about dashing or scatting, which is kind of like implicating he might run. At that point, I put my arm through him and kind of held him up against the car.
Why did you do that?
He mentioned about running.
Why would putting his arm up and holding him against the car, why would you do that if somebody mentioned they might run? To keep him what?
To keep control.
To keep control. Okay, what happened next?
At that point, Officer Smith was searching the left side of him. He asked about, were you guys looking for a lottery ticket? He said, I didn't have anything in my pocket. At that point, Mr. Magoo, he kind of flinched a little bit one time. So I put my arm up a little bit more just to gain a little bit more control. And at that point, he kicked up with his right leg and caught me in the groin area.
His leg hit you in the groin area? while you were standing behind him? And were you wearing a body worn camera on this night? Have you had a chance to review a copy of the recording from your body worn camera today?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it a fair and accurate depiction of the original recording and of what happened that night? Now, I move to admit People's Exhibit 1, Darnell Tyson's body worn camera that has previously been disclosed to defendant in discovery. I'm going to be playing.
Any objection to its admission?
I object to we don't need to play the video. I would rather-
Whether we need to play it. What is your objection?
My objection is I would like to finish hearing the testimony before we play the series of events that Mr. Tyson has already had time to review himself.
Would the court like a response?
Objection is overruled. You may go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. And is the exhibit admitted?
Yes, the exhibit's admitted.
Thank you. And with the court's permission, I'd like to play from the beginning of the video.
For Officer Tyson's testimony of this video,
He has to lay the foundation regarding the video, which they've done. I've admitted it. If your objection is as to relevance, clearly what occurred that day is absolutely relevant and central to the issue in this case. So your objection to relevance is overruled. Ms. Londy, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm sorry. Please. What have you talked about? Please. What are we talking about? So we're going to so let's. This is no. Yeah, that's what I'll see you. Yeah. What's I'm telling you, I'm not having you right now out here. Do you understand me? You think I'm drunk? Walk away. He is. Walk away. No, I'm telling you, how I know, sir. You got to walk to me. No, she has nothing bad. I just told you. Walk away. Walk away. All you have to do is walk away. Sit. Say that no sense. Okay, that's fine. All you have to do is walk away. All right? This is illegal. You can't do this. You understand that? What do you mean? Okay, you don't care. Put him in the car. Stand up. Put him in the back seat. Come on.
You're not going to close the signal, are you?
Stop.
Do you? Do you? I'll ask you one more time.
What did you say?
If you let me nigga poke me, stick me or hurt me.
Right.
Very simple. Say yes or no. All right.
Everybody,
Walk away.
what are you looking for? A lottery ticket?
No.
No. Oh, it's scam? You looking for a lottery ticket? How about an iPhone? What are you looking for? I'm looking at you. I'm not looking for nothing, but I need something. I'm looking at you, I'm not looking. Shut up. Neil, what are you looking at? Shut up, dog. Well, you're not going over Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Officer Tyson, at any time did you give the defendant permission to assault you? Did you at any time give the defendant permission to kick his leg back into your crotch?
Objection. I didn't see any physical harm.
I heard the testimony.
What was that?
What's your objection?
I object. We watched the video, and you're trying to lay that there's evidence of harm. I've seen no harm. We watched it, and not once was there.
What is your objection?
Huh? Perjury. That's my objection.
Perjury? Seriously?
Yeah.
Overruled. Go ahead.
You're trying to confirm that it happened based off the video, and it.
No, Mr. Magoo, here's how it works. You don't address the prosecutor at all. You address the court.
But she was the trier of the case, Your Honor. You're the trier of facts.
I don't know what you're talking about. What I have just instructed you is you will not address the prosecutor directly. Is there anything unclear about what I just said?
Yeah, fundamentally, I thought that you're the trier of the facts, Your Honor.
Is there anything unclear with what I have just said?
I'll try to understand what you're saying here. I'll try to make that happen.
Is there anything unclear about what I have just said? I'm going to give you one more shot to answer me. I need an answer, Mr.
Your Honor. You're telling me I'm not to.
Thank you, Mr. Engel. You are not to address the prosecutor.
Gotcha.
If you need to address the prosecutor, Commissioner Magoo, you can ask the court prior to your addressing, because I'm not going to have your behavior toward anybody in this courtroom. Understood?
I understand that.
Thank you. Ms. Lundy, anything further?
Ask the witness.
Cross-examination.
Hey, good afternoon, sir. Can you say your name and badge number for the record, please, just for my end?
Thompson, 39.
Thank you. What was your assignment on October 11th? Approximately 2:50 in the morning.
We're dispatched, like I said, to Michigan Avenue, reference bike.
Okay. And at that time, when you showed up to the, where did you, it was a parking lot?
Yeah.
Public parking lot?
Correct.
Okay. At that time, did you ID anybody that was suspect to the dispatch that you were called to?
Yeah,
No active fights?
No.
Do you remember the dispatch record, how they described the people? Was I an interference of any medical emergency? Was I in, what was your reason for contact with me?
We got there, we saw a gentleman sitting on the ground. We saw alcoholic beverages that were open, and he was slumped over.
Okay, so alcohol, a gentleman slumped over, and then me.
Yes, sir.
So what was your reason to engage with me?
Reason for coming up was not to engage with you.
Oh, okay.
Actually, just to ensure that the gentleman sitting on the ground was okay.
Okay, so it was just a courtesy stop?
Objection, asked and answered.
Sustained.
In your words, would you say it was a courtesy?
Objection, asked and answered.
Sustained.
What is the objection?
Asked and answered.
Asked and answered. Did you suspect the gentleman on the ground that was laying slouched over? Did you suspect him of any crime?
No, sir.
Did you suspect me of any crime? In that video, you heard Officer Gibbs, Sergeant Gibbs, I'm sorry. You heard him clarify that this was something different.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was it my legal obligation to leave?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for the ultimate conclusions to the question.
Sustained.
Ultimate conclusion. Can you cite any legal authority that would permit a public citizen to leave a public place?
Objection as to form of the question.
Sustained.
As to what? What was it?
The form of your question.
In form of your question?
The form of your question.
Okay.
It's improper.
Okay. Under what law or ordinance was I required to leave?
Same objection as to the ultimate conclusion.
I'm trying to understand why the probable cause, Your Honor, as to why I was arrested. There's still no clarity. And that's what I'm trying to get at here today.
On that, through that question. So I'll sustain the objection. You can give it another shot.
Can you define probable cause?
Objection, relevance.
Sustained.
Your Honor, the officer is in-field officer. They have to be able to understand what probable cause here.
In what context are you talking probable cause?
Your Honor,
The question is large and vague.
to define probable cause as an arresting officer.
Is it probable cause to arrest? Probable cause in terms of this proceeding? In what context do you wish to try to describe?
Probable cause to arrest me that night, or any reasonable articulated suspicion.
May I respond?
You may.
It's actually two different things. The defendant was originally asking about probable cause to arrest, and then he revised it and said he's asking specifically about the probable cause to arrest him, which is not the question he asked. So my objection as it will continue.
I'll sustain the objection. I'll allow him to attempt to rephrase.
Your Honor, I'm trying my hardest to word this properly, so please, in efforts to get clarity here, I'm trying to. I'm trying to figure out under what authority is there when you knew that I wasn't a suspect to any crime
Authority to do what?
to arrest me.
All right. So maybe we can get past this.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
An officer can arrest for a crime they believe or suspect was committed in their presence. That would be one basis. Based upon what I saw in the video, there would be a basis for that arrest. if that helps you at all. So you can go on to your next question.
Okay. Did I physically interfere with you at all?
Yes.
At what point?
Sergeant Gans asked you to walk away. We didn't ask you to leave, you just asked you to walk away.
You asked me to walk away. How far would have been a safe distance?
Objection.
Speculation.
Yes.
Sustained.
If I walked 5 feet away, would that have satisfied your order?
Just asked you to walk away.
Yes or no? It would have satisfied your order? Okay. So until the time that I was arrested, what duties did I physically prevent you from doing?
We were to figure out what was going on with your friend. And because we were in it for like, we walked up, we raised up, we weren't there. We were there for the gentleman sitting on the ground, appeared to be intoxicated. Based on the circumstance, we saw open alcohol and the fireball, which is alcohol, on the ground towards his feet.
So your duty was to safeguard my friend?
No, at that time, we were just trying to see if he needed any medical attention.
Are you a medical expert?
Oh, no.
Did I consent to your arrest?
Objection. Speculation.
Sustained.
Speculation. When Sergeant Smith began searching me, did I show you any signs of hesitation, or did I feel like I was threatened? Did I show you any signs?
Objection as to the speculation of what the defendant thought. This witness can't answer what the defendant thought. The rest of the questions.
Did I do anything?
I'll overrule the objection. Let me answer it if you can.
Okay.
Did I do anything to make you feel like you were threatened after the arrest? So there was 2 vehicles, correct? Let me rephrase it. Sorry. There's 2 vehicles, right? The first vehicle is the one that the gentleman slouched over, correct?
Sir.
Okay. You guys detained me up against that vehicle, right? Is that correct?
We weren't being detained. We were just moving you out of the way.
You were moving me out of the way with handcuffs?
We didn't have cuffs on you at that time.
What was the point of moving me out of the way? Okay. So at which point in time did you decide that the handcuffs?
We had to get control of somebody to handcuff.
Okay. So was I under arrest at this time?
No.
Just detained. Okay. During this time, did you guys ask for any permission to search me?
We don't have to ask for permission to search you. You're being detained at that point. A squad car has to be searched for contraband.
Do you know under what grounds that is?
Yes,
Is that
that is
public?
absolute, what he
That's
just described
police
is the law.
Your Honor,
He has,
there's several.
Mr. Magoo, when an officer is detaining somebody, they have the right to do a pat-down search for any contraband, or weapons or anything that might harm the officer or anyone around. That
Even if the
is
arrest
the
is unlawful?
law. That is the
I never
law.
consented to any of it.
Doesn't matter.
And we still don't have a crime that I've
It
done.
doesn't matter.
We're still trying to figure out a
It
crime.
doesn't matter.
What was the probable cause to arrest me on October 11th?
I would object as to timeline, because I want to make sure it's very specific. What time?
I'll sustain that objection because I think it's vague. You can rephrase the question so you can be more specific.
Under which action made it deemed necessary to arrest me?
You weren't under arrest at that time, you were just being detained.
If you were to think about the night, the whole night, what exact moment defined what I did that was unlawful?
Sergeant Gibbs asked you to step away. At that point, you were obstructing our ability to investigate what was going on with your friend.
And you didn't suspect him of a crime.
No. That was.
So what duties were you under at that time?
Because your friend appeared to be drunk, sir.
Is being drunk illegal?
If it would be intoxicated in public like he was.
Did you charge him with a crime?
Objection, relevant.
Sustained.
Trying to find a
Sustained.
correct time.
I don't need your response after my ruling. Next question.
You mentioned there was alcohol in the scene.
Yes.
My friend was dispatched for high intox, correct?
We weren't dispatched there.
I'm sorry. When the Huron Valley ambulance was dispatched to the parking lot where they were dispatched for high intox
Yes.
for my friend.
Yes.
Second, I will, Your Honor, along with the same body cam, with Officer Tyson here. I also have another. At which point did I strike you?
Once again, I don't remember exactly.
Can I it was what?
Within seconds of us putting you in effective patrol.
Okay. And I was put in the back of the patrol vehicle under, for what reason?
For assaulting police officers.
Let me get this straight. So you first said that you were putting me in the back of the patrol car, which is why when the assault happened, but then you just said that I'm getting placed in the back of the vehicle because of the assault.
Object as to, this mischaracterizes the statements and evidence.
It does. It's also a compound question.
It is.
So
Looking for clarity.
I don't care what you're looking for. You got to ask the questions right. Her objection is sustained.
Let's try. go play this video back.
Yes,
That's okay.
do you have a,
What was that?
is that what, yeah, I think that's,
Yeah, I have it. It's an adapter, yeah.
I don't know, but you can give it to him. See what the heck it is.
At this moment in time, Sergeant Smith is searching me.
Objection, no. That person's title is not Sergeant Smith.
This isn't Sergeant Smith.
No, it's not.
Who's this?
Oh,
Officer Smith, I'm sorry. Okay. Officer Smith here is searching me. At this point in time, is it your mission? Is it your goal to put me in the back of the patrol car?
yes, you're being detained.
I'm being detained in your patrol car. Okay.
What is your name?
Let's get back forward. It's loud.
Yeah,
I can't even, here, let me try here the other way. There it is, I got you. Sorry, guys. At this time, have I assaulted you?
From this angle, I cannot tell.
The injury, where were you hit?
I was kicked in the front.
You were kicked in the groin? Was this when I was held up against the vehicle? Or when? Is that when?
Sorry, you asking me, was I kicked while you were leaning up?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
No.
when you were forcing me up against the vehicle like this,
Yes.
you were, okay. Did you hear that just now?
Get out here.
Did you ever hear me say that I know I wasn't going anywhere?
That's irrelevant.
I'm just asking if you heard it. Did you hear that?
I did.
Okay. There was something else I mentioned, a lottery ticket. There was. Did you guys find a lottery ticket on me or anything?
No.
Did you find anything illegal on me?
Yes, you are.
So have I kicked you at this time?
I can't tell for the time.
Okay. But this time your body cam's still on. I was just told that I'm under arrest. Did you hear that?
I did.
Okay. But it wasn't for hitting you or physically harming you in any way. Is that correct?
You asked me, did I know if you kicked me? I told you from the angle I'm looking at it, I cannot tell.
You can't tell if I kicked you, right? But you don't know from the incident. Was it on the way in to the back of the vehicle? Like the back seat? Or like, that's what I'm trying to pinpoint. So right now I'm still, the door just opened and I'm asking, what am I under arrest for? And we still don't have any like.
is there a question?
That's just part of the question.
Sustained.
Is it your belief that struck you at this time?
Like I said, I can't tell from this angle that you showed this video.
Okay. Maybe now?
Yeah, I can answer that question based on the angle of the video.
Okay. Did you talk to anybody about your injuries?
I told Sergeant that I kicked in the groin.
You told him, okay. At what point did you tell him that?
He turned around.
You turned around? Okay. So here we are at the, just about where the prosecutor left off at the 4-minute mark. Still, we have not seen any from this angle, right? There's other angles.
Objection, is that a question?
No, it wasn't a question.
It was not.
I'm not even paying attention to its extraneous remarks. I understand.
So here we are, still, you have not said anything to Sergeant Gibbs, correct?
I mean, when the camera hit the ground, I couldn't hear what was going on at that moment.
Okay.
So, did you get home twice? Oh, you see that phone? Yes. What's your wife name? Amanda.
You're home, right? If your wife and you got a kid to get in the house,
So you were planning on giving him a ride home?
definitely gonna give him a courtesy ride home.
So you did not suspect him of any crime. You were going to actually do him a gesture.
Relevance, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Clarifying.
Yes.
You do have a kid to get in the house, can you show it to them?
Yes.
Can you show me your kid?
Yeah, see, that's not just a move to have HCA, just I am top too. I can't. I am top.
This is the
Oh, yes, he is. So, we'll charge him, one, interfering. So we'll charge all of me, whatever, reasonable interfering. You don't want there. Did he make it?
So real quick, and I'll cut it off right there. But at that time, it is your understanding that I'm only on arrest for, what was that? He said R&O?
Yes, resisting and obstruction.
Resisting and obstruction. Back to why I didn't walk away the 5 feet. Yep, thank you. Okay. So at this time, he's what would you call it? He's basically reciting the charges that he's, what would you call that?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
Sustained.
Okay. From my understanding, and I believe it is yours as well, correct me if I'm wrong, is this the point in time where you informed Sergeant Gibbs that you were injured?
I told him I was a kid.
Okay, you told him you were kicked. Let me back it up. So now this is the 7-minute mark, a good 5 minutes after my arrest.
He kicked me in the nuts, bro.
He kicked you?
Why you think I definitely did what I wasn't trying to do it?
Oh, I didn't know you took it right there.
So is it accurate to say that we can't define at which point you were kicked?
Your Honor, I'm gonna, never mind. I'll just.
Is that true?
Based on the angle of the video from my body cam, I can't tell you exactly when it happened. I know it happened.
Okay.
I was there.
You were there.
Yes.
Okay. Is that something is it a joke? Do you find it funny?
What are you asking? Find what?
Is being kicked in the groin funny?
What's the relevancy of that question?
Just a general question, Your Honor.
No, no, he's not going to answer that. You're not answer that question, man.
Okay. I'm trying, when the ambulance showed up, did you report these injuries to them?
Your Honor, objected. The witness has said repeatedly that he was kicked. I don't think he's ever said he was injured.
We're here on an assault charge, Your Honor.
An injury is not necessary to prove an assault.
I know.
I know you do. I'm just making the record. Excuse me, Your Honor, I apologize.
No, it's okay. I got it. So what is your question?
Did you
Did you
report
receive
the,
medical attention for being kicked?
No, sir.
All right, very good. Go on, move on.
did you at any point tell any medical professional?
Your Honor,
That would be medical attention.
No, not if,
Yes, it would be, because he would have to report it for it to happen.
okay.
He's answered that question. Next question.
I just want to play this moment here. This is same camera.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. This appears to be an eventful.
What is this? What am I going to watch? Give me a
This-
proffer.
What is it? Give you what?
Tell me what I'm going to see.
You're going to see Officer Tyson confess that he was joking about what he said
About what he said about what?
about me striking him.
Okay. That's it.
Let me drink it, man. This is the one at the bottom. Too high for we can carry it down. Then they just move from over. Yeah, I've seen. Definitely 191, that's his phone number. Yes, sir, that's just my way, and I have no 734. What's up? What's his name? Check before.
Wait, Your Honor, can we pause, please?
Pause it.
Your Honor, this is information not relevant to this defendant. This is a separate person's name and date of birth now that's being put out, is not relevant to this. He has privacy rights that I did not play any portion of the video revolving him specifically to respect his rights and not be a part of this. He doesn't have to be. So I'm objecting to the playing of this. If we can get to the point of whatever the defendant is trying to put before the court, I'd really appreciate it.
It's coming right here, Your Honor.
Well,
And I would argue that Jacob Spaulding would be a key central figure since he's the reason I was detained in the first place.
yes, but that doesn't mean he's giving consent to have all of his stuff put out there. What are you? So where's the part about him joking?
He quite literally says it, Your Honor. And I have certified records that have been transcribed from the Michigan,
Tried by whom?
by a certified Michigan court transcriber, but nevertheless, he's.
Well, if you're
he's
saying
present.
you have something that says that, because I did not hear that. So if you say have something that says, no, do not play over me when I'm talking. Stop.
I'm sorry.
Cut him off. No, we're not doing it that way, Mr. Magoo. You're playing by this court's rules. Plain and simple.
I'm trying to, Your Honor.
No, you're not. You're trying to play by your own rules.
Oh.
And it's not gonna, do not shake your head at me, because it's not gonna happen. I'm letting you know that now. Now, if you're claiming you have some certified transcript, where is it? And has it been turned over to the people?
It'll be submitted after I have a digital copy of it.
Have you submitted it to the people before
I
today?
just got it. No, I just got it. Same videos I have.
I don't even know how you're gonna, I don't even know how that gets in, but I'm not even gonna worry about that at this point. Go
Did you
ahead.
hear what was said?
Continue with your questioning.
Did you hear the part where you said you were just joking? What did you say?
I said I was kicked in the nuts.
So you told the ambulance that you were kicked in the nuts?
Yes.
And then what? Laughing?
Yeah.
And at that time, in between that point where you said you got kicked in the nuts and you started laughing, did you hear the part where you said, "I'm just joking, haha, you got to deal with me for the rest of the night"? Okay. I'll be wrapping up right here, Your Honor. I just want to clarify. In your opinion, what justified the search and detainment of me that day?
Because you were resisting and obstructing. They gave you directives to walk away. You did not.
To the gentleman that went away in the vehicle. Of obstruction. I was obstructing your medical evaluation? Because you at no point, you admitted that you had no plan on charging him with a crime. You guys were doing a great thing out there. You guys were helping him out. You guys were making sure.
Is there a question?
I'm trying to clarify.
No, is there a question?
Yeah. At what point do your medical evaluation supersedes my personal rights to public space?
I'm objecting. That's relevant at that moment.
Yeah, the form of the question, and that calls for a legal conclusion. So I'm going to sustain the objection.
Is there any witnesses? Did you guys get any witnesses on the scene
To what?
to all these crimes that I'm charged with? Is there anybody else on the scene that you guys talked to that put me on any kind of crime?
They understand your question.
What crime do you think I'm guilty of?
Oh my gosh.
Sustained. Sustained.
I don't speak legalese, Your Honor. I'm really trying over here.
Again, I don't need your satire. Just next question.
You said that you reviewed these tapes beforehand? These videos? Did you at all review that part of you speaking with the ambulance when they arrived? Did you at any time read me my Miranda rights? Before your arrest, you did not read me my Miranda rights.
I've never heard you know if I'm gonna ask you questions. I didn't question you about anything.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor, this one speaks to you.
No? Yeah, all right, you're excused, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
How many more witnesses do you have, Miss Lundy?
One.
One? Okay, I'm gonna take about a 10-minute break because I'm gonna need it, and then you can call your next witness. Court's gonna stand in recess.
All rise.
Additional witnesses, people rest.
All right. Any witnesses for the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Do you have a motion?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, people move for bind over on the single count of assaulting, resisting, or obstructing Darnell Tyson. Will reserve any further argument for rebuttal.
Respond. The sergeant's name was Sergeant Griggs, wasn't it?
Gibbs,
Gibbs.
GIBB, opens employee S.
Yeah,
But, why are we not, hearing the testimony of the other witnesses?
I'm sorry?
I was asking why we're not hearing the testimony of the other witnesses.
Because neither one of the parties called them.
I would like to call them, Your Honor.
Any objection to reopening the proofs?
Your Honor, I will let the court know, part of the reason I changed my mind is because I failed to instruct the officers who were in the hallway that they could not watch the proceedings on YouTube. So it's my understanding they did watch the testimony of Officer Tyson on YouTube, and I apologize for that. Didn't intend to have that happen. I deeply am regretful of that. I did not know what was going on until I went out in the hallway. Didn't intend to call them because their sequestration had been broken and the rest on the briefs that were approved for the court.
Still wish to call them?
Yeah,
Yes?
yes, I do, Your Honor.
Are they still here?
I believe so. Which one?
Which one do you want, sir?
Both of them.
Both of them. Great. Just bring everybody back.
Sounds great.
Okay. So, which? So which one do you want to call, Mr. Magoo?
Start with Officer Smith.
All right. Officer Smith, did you want the other officer? Did you want the sergeant? Did you want the sergeant sequestered during this testimony or?
Yes. No, you do.
No, you don't give orders. You just don't.
Sorry.
You just don't. No, you don't.
It was a request.
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, keep smiling. That won't end well. Let's have him so.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to affirm the testimony you're about to give be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Yeah, see, state spell your first and last name for the record, please.
First name is Lawrence, LAWRENC, last name is Smith, SMIT.
You may inquire.
Oh, they don't start at all. Because they don't want.
It's your witness.
Right. How you doing, Officer Smith? Okay. You have to lay a foundation with, since we all know where we're at on the night. Where were you in the October 11th, 2:50 in the morning, and what brought you to there?
Objection compound.
Okay.
Sustained. Ask your question.
What led you to a parking lot in Ypsilanti on October 11th, 2024, at 2:50 in the morning, approximately?
We were dismissed to the fight progress.
Fight in progress.
Yes.
Did you get a description of the people in the fight? What was the description? Do you remember? You were just looking for 2 people, or how many people? Don't recall. Okay. Do you recall the ethnicity of the people that were called? Were they what are the dispatch? Who was the dispatched over the fight? I believe they gave some descriptive words in the police report. And do you recall what the do you recall any descriptive words that would characterize the people that you were looking for on October 11th? What led you to approach me?
Well, we've seen an individual sitting, obviously slumped over and looking non-responsive at the point, and we've seen alcoholic beverages around the individual, so we assumed that it was high intox. So at that point, it's our job and duty to end up rendering aid to the individual, and then having the ambulance come and assess their medical needs at that point.
You assessed that another individual was highly intoxicated?
Yes, due to our observations and then our directing by our sergeant.
Is that a crime? Highly intoxicated?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevant.
Sustained.
Which part of assuming somebody was highly intoxicated warrants your interjection?
Can you ask your question again, just for clarification?
Are you trained on high intox?
I'm not trained on high intox.
On recognizing drunk drivers or something?
I've been in the police for less than a year, and I've observed multiple people that have high intox, and then also by directing my sergeant, who's also been doing this for 4 years plus. I believe that we can observe somebody that's high intox. So that
Okay. He was definitely highly intox, huh? You would guarantee, right?
Objection, Your Honor. That misstates the testimony evidence.
Go ahead, you can keep trying.
Okay.
The form of your questions are a problem.
Okay. At what point did you and I engage physically?
when you didn't follow the directives of my sergeant, who was that you leave the scene as we render aid to your friend and assess what he had.
Did he cite any legal authority to make me leave the scene?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
Sustained.
Relevance. Your Honor, I'm trying to understand the amount. Do you know? Okay, never mind. How long were you on the scene approximately until I was arrested?
Look at the report to refresh my memory.
Okay. Under 5 minutes?
I do not recall at the moment to look at my report to refresh my memory.
Okay. Did you or your sergeant establish or discuss any probable cause to arrest me?
My sergeant gave us a directive to put you in the back of the patrol vehicle due to you obstructing our investigation. We were trying to assist your friend in getting medical attention. At that point, you were resisting. You put your hands onto the patrol, onto the car, not the patrol vehicle, the car, and you clamped your
Okay,
arms together.
so but hold up a second.
No, you cannot stop him. You ask the question, he's gonna get to answer it. So you don't stop him. Go ahead.
My apologies, sir. My apologies, sir.
Go ahead. Yes, you may.
So at that point, you were resisting. So then we got the direct by sergeant to detain you. Then after you assault my partner, Sergeant gives another directive to place you in the back of the patrol vehicle for assault on a police officer. So I had multiple encounters with you putting your hands on. Yes.
Okay. Backing up to the point of which I was thrown up against the vehicle. You're saying that the crime or the violation that I was in was not stepping away. Is that correct?
You're obstructing the investigation, yes.
Is obstruction, is that a physical act?
Trying to object to legal conclusion.
Sustained.
Is obstruction of justice, is that a verbal or a physical?
Sir. What are you asking? Because it seems to me that you seem to be asking this officer for a legal conclusion. And
Okay.
I'm not going to have him answer the question until you can clarify what your question is.
In your opinion, is it your opinion that I obstructed physically?
I'm going to object this to the form of the question as to the time, because it's not clear to me.
Sustained. I'll sustain it. You need to clarify your question as to at what point.
Yeah, at the point of which Officer Gibbs or Sergeant Gibbs and yourself pushed me against the vehicle to arrest me. To detain. Okay. At that time, was my detainment because of verbal or physical obstruction?
My sergeant asked you to place your hands on your back. You did not do so. So we assist you by placing your hands on your back. You did not do so when you was placed against the vehicle.
So could you label where my obstruction was?
Your objection. Ask the answer. I think he's been extremely clear about the different ways in which the defendant obstructed the investigation.
What investigation is what I'm trying to get to? We still don't have a corpus delicti, Your Honor.
Oh, I think we do, but that's okay. You think differently. I'll sustain the objection. You can try again, rephrase your question.
Under what investigation were you under?
Assisting your friend who was high intox.
Assisting high intox. Okay. Is that a normal police duty?
Yes.
Okay. Under those situations, is there ever a charge that would complement this?
What?
Complement the assisting the high intox.
Okay, let's try to get this clear. You were there rendering medical assistance, potential medical assistance to the individual that was sitting on the ground,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Part of a police officer's duties, if they see someone that is in distress or in need of medical attention, would be to render aid. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's what you were doing that evening?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we can move on.
Okay. What do you think my role was?
Your role in one, can you clarify for me, sir?
So you have one really intoxicated friend and then one that's trying to talk to you. At which point or which role do you think I would be under when this investigation is going down?
I don't even know what that means. What do you mean role?
Your Honor, the officers showed up on the scene.
Yes.
There was no call for them to be there for me or my buddy. Okay, they showed up and they made themselves a part of our taxi ride home, and I got a charge for it.
No. Here's what happened. As I says, I can best determine. They're dispatched regarding a fight. They come across something else. It was somebody that may look like they need medical attention. As this officer testified, that's part of their obligation to render aid when it looks as though it's necessary. They were attempting to try to do so. Your intervention or role began to take place when you failed to follow the instruction of Sergeant Gibbs. That's what I have so far. So now you may go on to your next question.
Did you write your police report for that night?
I did.
You did?
Yes.
You do that manually, or I'm sorry, on a computer, or do you handwrite them? Did you happen to write anybody else's?
Or?
The reports?
No.
No? Okay. Have you read the report recently?
Yes.
Have you read all of them?
Yes.
Do you find any similarities between them?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
Good response to that?
Relevance there. I'm trying to figure out where these, by relevance, the relevance, they're all identical reports. It's pretty relevant. They were copied and pasted.
Maybe because they were all there.
And they all said exactly the same thing. Verbatim.
Okay. So this officer didn't write anybody else's reports. He just testified to that.
Okay.
So what's your next question to this officer?
Okay. On your report, do you recall any notaries of the presence of alcohol?
I need to look at my report to the first one.
Okay. Do you recall reporting any alcohol?
I'll have to look at my report to the first one.
Okay. Would you agree that alcohol was a significant contribution to the reason why me and you met?
I'm going to object to speculation, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Okay, we have my friend that was called for high intox, correct?
No, we were dispatched to a fight in progress.
Okay. Fight in progress. You showed up on the scene and you notice someone's highly intoxicated. That wasn't a part of the fight that you were dispatched for, correct?
Objection leading.
Sustained.
Who dispatched Huron Valley Ambulance?
Thomas Tyson.
Officer Tyson did? Okay. What was the dispatch for? Okay. Seeing how that was, you agreed that that was part of your investigative duties to assist in my buddy's intoxication.
Well, I defer that question.
I know that. Okay.
So rephrase.
Let me rephrase. Would you agree that the reason that you and I met was because of alcohol?
Objection. Ask them.
Sustained.
What was the
Rephrase.
objection?
You heard the objection.
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
It was actually asked and answered, but it should have been relevance.
Yes, it could actually apply to both.
It does.
So
Okay. Ask and answer. Is that what she said?
yes, rather clearly. It's about the fourth or fifth time that she's had to do that. So
Okay.
I would think 5. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy.
Did you find any alcohol on the scene?
You asked for question, just clarification.
Did you find any alcohol when you guys arrived on the scene?
observed in alcohol or found?
Both, yeah. Officer, you heard Officer Tyson's testimony?
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear him mention the fireball? Yes. Okay. And then you heard him mention the seltzers?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see these yourself on? You did. Okay. So, was there anything else besides those two?
Nothing.
Okay. Nothing illegal? You don't recall any illegal contraband or anything on us or near us?
Your Honor, objection, I'm going to object because he said he has to take this court to refresh recollection since he can't answer that question.
Sustained.
When you collecting evidence as part of your duties, what is the proper protocol when you collect evidence?
Can you clarify your question? Ask again, please.
What standards or procedures do you conduct when you are obtaining evidence on an investigation? Do you log that information? Do you report it to anybody?
Your Honor, objection is a compound.
Sustained.
He's not getting the,
I'm so sorry, Your Honor. It's a, okay.
Goodbye, Miss Senda. Enjoy your dinner. Take care.
If you found a knife nearby on the same, describe the same scenario, there was a switchblade knife, what would you do?
Objection, relevance.
I'm asking for the
I'll
procedures.
overrule it. Let him go.
Depending on the relevance of the knife to the situation or investigation, we'll dispose of the knife if it comes to not being relevant due to it being a safety hazard. If it was logged as evidence, it would be logged properly at the Waikiki station, the Edison police station.
Okay.
Before even touching the knife, I'll put on gloves. Then I'll put it into an evidence bag, label it, tag it, and I'll place it into my patrol vehicle. After that, I'll transfer it to the Edison Police Department, and I'll log it into the evidence locker, and I'll notify my sergeant immediately.
Okay.
Wow. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. That was an impressive answer.
So, given that you did observe alcohol on the scene, who reported it?
Who reported it? Like, reported to Metro Dispatch about the high intoxicated friend? Or what do we do with the?
I'm specifically asking about the reports that were made, but also what happened with the items as well.
The reports of what?
The police reports, Your Honor.
What do you mean what happened to them?
Not what happened to him. What happened to the mention of alcohol in the police reports? Because there was none.
Okay.
Refraining the question, alcohol was found and who reported it?
What do you?
I reported it to my sergeant, my senior.
Okay.
Was there present. I
Okay.
reported to Officer Tyson, that possibly they might be intoxicated as well.
Okay. Do you know what happened to the alcohol that was on scene?
Not to my recollection.
Okay. Did you get a chance to review the body cam footage from that night? And is it your opinion that I obstructed a verbal command by Sergeant Gibbs?
No object to the conclusion, Your Honor.
I'll overrule it. I'll let him answer.
Yes, your question, yes, sir.
It was a verbal disagreement?
No, that wasn't your question.
Ask your question.
What was that?
Can you ask your question, please, sir?
It is your opinion that I verbally obstructed Sergeant Gibbs?
Well,
I believe that you obstructed by not listening to his verbal commands. And then you were trying to render aid to your friend.
Do you recall his verbal commands? Does walk away sound familiar?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
My sentence is that frequently does speak stuff.
Right. Okay. With the walk away term, do you ever hear him cite any other like legal authority with it?
You're asking to that night, saying anything to it, or just in general?
Yeah, just in general for right now. I'm just trying to figure out if there's like a rule or like a law that you might say with that would like get somebody kind of, you arrested me.
At that time, we see somebody as obstruction to our investigation. We advise them to move along. If they do not move along, that's not understanding.
How much time do they have for that?
It was corrected by our sergeant. That's okay.
Okay.
I think 3 times at least. So go ahead.
Did I physically prevent you from doing your duties?
Me personally, no.
Did I threaten you?
Not to my recollection.
Did I touch you?
No.
If I ignored you and just walked away, say 5 feet, would that have satisfied you?
I'll search you like that.
Do you know of a distance that's safe for me to be in those situations?
It wasn't directed by my sergeant at the desk.
Okay. Let's take away that situation now and just a normal situation where you're investigating something and maybe your sergeant's not there. Okay. Is there a certain distance that someone has to be?
Yeah, I'm going to take this to relevance. How about this?
And speculation.
Answer.
Yes. Sustained. Rephrase your question.
You could tell me a safe distance that I would have been that day that would have satisfied you and your sergeant. I understand it was his command, but what is your opinion that would have been a safe distance?
It is irrelevant.
Opinion is relevant? Is that what you said?
Did you not hear me?
I didn't.
Okay. It's irrelevant. It wasn't his command. He has answered it twice as to who you need to ask to find that out.
And coming from the first car to the second, the patrol car, okay? There was there any resistance by me?
Everything from sergeant vehicle to the next patrol vehicle?
No, from the moment that I was put in handcuffs against, like next to my buddy, to the moment that I was over there, where we walked over to the patrol vehicle, the first one that I was, before I got transported. Was there any signs of aggression or resistance, in your opinion?
By whom? You?
By me,
Okay.
from your duties? You recall searching me?
Yes.
Did I consent to that search?
You were detained before.
Just yes or no?
No, you can answer the question.
Marching into any of our patrol vehicles, you must be searched.
Okay.
As part of our policy, not pretty sure for Michigan law as well. So,
Okay. So at what point did I go from detained to arrested?
after the sergeant gave us the directive that you were being arrested for assault on a peace officer.
Wait. So, got in the first car, walked over to the second car, right? At what point, I was detained all the way up until that point, and then I'm thrown in the back and I'm told I'm arrested. Did you hear that part in the video?
Yes.
So at what point, do you know who said that in the video?
The directive.
Sergeant Gibbs?
Yes. He gave us the directive that you were being arrested for assault on a peace officer.
No. So assault wasn't mentioned until long after I was in the patrol vehicle. Okay.
So I need clarity on.
Yeah. So like right when I'm thrown in the back of the vehicle, that's the first I heard on the video of the switch from detainment to arrest. And I just wanted clarification on your perspective of that transition from detainment to arrest.
I'm going to object this asked. He's answered when he was
Asked and answered to the extent what his opinion is may also be irrelevant.
Thank you.
He's not the one that gave the command.
Did you see me hit anybody?
No.
Did you hear any signs of stress from Officer Tyson?
Yes.
What did he do? You just said you heard signs of stress. You just don't recall what they were?
Not verbatim, sir.
Verbatim? Was it words that he said? Is that what you're referring to?
He said he doesn't.
Sustained.
Personally see me strike him?
Objection, asked and answered.
Sustained.
What was it? Asked and answered. Could you clarify if you said that you've seen me strike anybody?
Yeah.
Could you what? What's the question?
Clarify if the officer seen me strike or assault.
He's already answered that.
Um,
Well, assault's going to be another issue. But in terms of striking someone, he's already answered that.
Okay.
And I've also stated an objection from you asking it again to him. And here you go again.
all right. Is it to your knowledge that you did not suspect a crime being committed?
Can you ask your question just for clarification?
Is it to your knowledge that did you suspect a crime being committed by me or Jacob Spaulding?
At what point?
At any point in the stop?
Can you clarify the stop?
Okay. Were you aware of Officer Tyson's statement to the Huron Valley ambulance?
Objection calls for a hearsay answer. And I don't know that it's relevant.
Sustained.
If you could define at what point the probable cause was to detain me.
You didn't listen to my sergeant's directive. So he asked you to place your hand on your back. You did not do that. You resisted that.
When he said walk away?
No, you don't get to, excuse me, officer. You don't get to interrupt him in terms of his response. You ask the question, you let the witness answer.
Trying to get clear.
Go ahead.
And then at that point, your hands were placed on your back. You're acting the resistance to do so. And you place handcuffs.
Okay, within 30 seconds of being on the scene.
I was going to be there for 30 seconds.
Would you agree that alcohol was a related factor?
To what? Related factor to what?
The night, the reason why we came in contact with each other?
What's the relevance of that?
It's misreported. It's misreported in evidence. It's not there.
I'm not gonna, he doesn't have to answer that question because you've asked it in 4 or 5 different ways already.
All right.
And I'm not even sure what it means.
Do you recall what I was asking you when you were searching me?
No, no.
Do you recall a lottery ticket?
I don't recall any of the sentences she read during the search.
Did you believe that Jacob Spaulding was going to get charged with a crime?
Objection, relevance.
Sustained.
No more questions, Your Honor.
I have no cross.
All right, thank you. You may step down. Thank you. Sir? So did you now wish to examine Sergeant Gibbs?
Yes.
All right. This witness, thank you. Yes, sir. Oh, you're good. Don't worry about it. It was a great distraction. All right. Sir, if you could please come forward and be sworn.
Take a seat, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to affirm testimony?
Martez Gibbs, Martezgibbs.
You may inquire.
Good afternoon. State your badge number for the record, please.
366.
266. Okay. You recall the events of October 11th.
Yes.
Have you had a chance to review any of the videos?
Yes.
I'm not going to bore us anymore. I'm going to really try to get to the point here. What was your, if you could articulate the probable cause as to my arrest?
To your arrest? Well, Arnold and assault on an officer.
Okay. All right. RNO was the initial one, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, at what point did you determine that I was resisting or obstructing? Is that correct? Is that this?
Resisting obstruction. It'll be when to put your hands behind your back, you tensed up, start to pull away, which other officers had to come and help me get cuffs on you, to be over to the vehicle, held you against the vehicle to put you in handcuffs, at which point.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of events, so I'm going to just try to keep it at the one right now. Thank you. So it was, you said the point I was being detained was, or I'm sorry, resisting for.
Yes, so you're talking about detainment or arrest. So we got two different things going on.
Okay, so let's walk me through it. I was detained for.
You were detained for interfering.
Okay, interfering. What was I interfering?
You were interfering with my investigation, trying to help your friend who was extremely intoxicated. Yes.
Okay, trying to help my friend. Is that your lawful duty?
Yes.
To help my friend?
Yes, to help. Yes.
Okay. Okay, you were. You said a couple parts. Go back to the detainment. So it was for interfering.
Yes.
Okay. Did I verbally interfere?
Yes.
Did I physically interfere?
You kept getting closer to your friend, so that would be physically interfering.
Physically interfering. Okay. For your investigation against
Yes.
my friend.
Yes.
Did you assume he was doing anything unlawful?
No, he wasn't doing anything unlawful.
Okay. You just want to help out, which was
Exactly. He was
Yeah.
highly intoxicated.
okay. Do you recall me asking you anything when you first showed up on the scene?
I'm sorry.
Do you recall any questions that I had for you when you guys showed up on the scene?
Judge's hearsay.
Stain.
Hearsay. If you could give me your timeline, I mean, I could play the video, but give me your idea. How long was it from the point you showed up on the scene and then I was arrested? Or I'm sorry, detained.
Say maybe possibly 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes? If I told you it was under 40 seconds, would you believe me?
But you want to know that I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Did you assume that I was at that time when you showed up? Did you assume that I was up to a fight that you were dispatched for? Or did you clarify that that was something?
No.
You knew I wasn't in a fight. Okay. So, so basically what I have here really is, I've watched the video thousands of times, right? I get me and you at a disagreement, right?
Yes.
In your words, what would be the disagreement?
You went fair. I'm trying to help your friend. You're telling me I have him. I got him. Well, that didn't seem to be the case. If you had him, he wouldn't have been on ground drunk. So therefore, it's my duty as a peace officer to ensure that this man is safe. And
Because I wasn't doing it.
you were not.
That's what you're, okay. ordered the HVA ambulance for?
Objection, relevance.
Saying, what's the relevant to that?
Good question.
I know.
All right.
If you don't have an answer, objection sustained.
If you watch the video, sir, I gave the order for him to call HVA.
Speaking my language now. All right. Did that make you feel threatened in any way?
Did you make me feel threatened in any way? No, sir.
No. I didn't give you an aggressive vibe or anything?
You gave me the aggressive vibe when you tensed up, but initially, no.
What did you tell me before detaining me?
I told you to walk away several times.
Walk away.
Yes, to walk away.
That's would you call that or consider it a lawful command?
That was definitely a lawful order, yes.
Okay. Do you know under what law that would be?
I cannot say that off the top of my head, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It is definitely a lawful command. You're interfering. I asked several times.
You know if it says like a certain distance?
If what says a certain distance?
The regulation on the lawful command.
What regulation are you talking about?
My safe distance from my public's
Okay.
private space.
Mr. Magoo, that's going to depend upon context.
Right.
It depends on what they're investigating. So what are you asking?
Right. At what distance would have been safe?
You can walk to the sidewalk, you just stay there. That's it. That's all I want. You didn't have to leave.
Man, that would have been so easy. That would have been so easy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Still trying to figure out this time though. I was first, right? There was no investigation. So at what point does investigating somebody else's drunkenness determine my arrest?
When I'm trying to assess a gentleman who's high intox and you're interfering with that, that's when that justifies that.
You're interfering with your, would you call it a civil act of checking on his welfare?
Oh,
Yes?
go ahead. You go ahead and answer.
Okay. So still no crime.
No.
You were just helping out.
That's not illegal to be drunk in public.
Right.
Drunk and disorderly as you were. That's the crime.
Okay. I was disorderly.
Yes, you were definitely disorderly.
Okay. I was disordering your investigation into the civil matter related to someone else.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
You said I was disorderly.
Yes, you're from.
So in the process, I was, because it's under 40 seconds, right?
Okay.
So within 40 seconds, I didn't listen to your walk away command when you're trying to investigate someone else's intoxicity and welfare. God bless you.
Objection is the form of the question.
So form of the question. Knowing that there was no crime, would you agree that?
Or your friend,
Showing up on the scene, you guys were trying to get information about
the fight, alleged fight.
a fight. Okay.
Once we saw there was no fight,
Right. And it wasn't that.
I, your friend,
Right. Drunk guy.
yes.
Right.
The guy intoxicated.
Let's take care of him.
Exactly.
Okay. So you're trying to take care of him. And what did you think I was doing?
Objection is a speculation.
Oh,
Did I?
let's hear.
What I think you were doing,
Yeah.
hindering, being obnoxious with.
Okay. If you never showed up, what do you think would have happened?
Objection, speculation.
Sustained.
I just have a picture, Your Honor.
Of what?
Just the night in question, just a picture
I
of,
would really like to see any exhibits
Just-
before you show them to the court.
there you go. Just me.
Do you have a copy for me?
You can have that one. Can I show them real quick?
What,
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
what's it a picture of? And for what purpose am I seeing this picture?
Identification
Of who?
of me, what was going on before. These,
A picture's gonna tell me all that?
Well, there's no other copy, Your Honor, so.
No, that's
I
fine.
would have sent it to you digitally, I got. I mean, can I do it? No. Come on,
So what do you
man
want?
here.
Are you gonna introduce that picture as evidence of something or try to?
Oh, I just, yeah, I'm gonna try to.
Terry Mark, Defendant's Exhibit A.
It's just identification. Before, you guys arrived on the
Confused look.
scene. What was that?
What are you talking about? Who's confused? Look.
Oh, no, but it was, I
Oh,
was,
trust me. I think
Everyone.
the sergeant knows more about identification of an object in court than you ever possibly will. So
Right.
I don't think he was confused at all,
okay, yeah.
but appreciate your concern. Can we get that marked so we can get? Thank you. I'm sorry, Ann, I didn't mean to rush you, but sooner or later we gotta go home.
Yeah,
Okay. Witness has been marked as Defendant's Exhibit A. Do you have a question, Harry?
do you recognize those two gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you could give your opinion of the two,
Jackson Foundation.
sorry,
Named.
to what we're wearing, look familiar? That was the same night, would you agree?
Jackson Foundation.
Sustained.
Foundation. I'm still trying to get to a crime that I committed, and this is I was waiting on a ride, right?
Hold on a second. So the photo that you're showing is an.
It's just thrown out.
No, quit interrupting me. The photo, Defense Exhibit A, is a picture of events you know are prior to the sergeant getting there.
Right.
Then how's he going to answer any questions about it?
Like I said, it was for identifications at first.
Of what?
Of the condition.
You've already
of
been
which-
identified.
The condition of us. I was the one, and I was. Yeah, but like I said, I know what happened. that
Okay,
night,
that's fine.
But I'm trying to prove it, and yeah, but you
Prove,
just
what are you trying to prove?
that there was no crime.
That picture doesn't do it. Except the picture, you
Ypsilanti-
can't lay a foundation for that photo.
You're right. That
I know that.
was for identification, like I said, so we can just get rid of it.
So Defense Exhibit A is not admitted. All right, go on to the next thing, please.
Okay.
Yeah, he gives that back to you. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you. Do you recall the presence of alcohol in the scene?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall reporting that there was alcohol in the scene?
Yes.
You did report it?
Yes.
Um,
My partner's saying that it says it in the report.
Says it in the report?
Yes.
Okay. Would you consider it to be a significant factor of the night?
Objection.
Which night? Yeah, I'll sustain the objection. You need to ask better questions.
Yeah. This is last question. Could you just clarify your duties overall that night in regards to me and my arrest?
Clarify my duties in regards to your arrest.
The probable cause for my arrest. Could you establish the probable cause that you RNO for not listening to the walk away command? Okay. The walk away command is what you're referring to though, right? For the probable cause?
The walk away was your detained. I detained you because you did not walk away.
Okay.
And had you just put the cuffs on smoothly, it would have been fine. You go cuff you, when you resist, you tense up, you pull away, that starts the RNO. Then when you strike an officer with your foot, that further strikes that RNO as well. So therefore, you got assault to an officer, you activate your RNO. So that's why you were arrested, sir.
Okay. Did you physically see me assault anybody?
No, I was over there dealing with your highly inebriated friend.
Okay. No more questions, Your Honor. Thank you, Officer. Sergeant.
I have no cross-examination.
I was hoping that was true. You may step down, Sergeant. Thank you. Any other witnesses for the defense?
No witnesses.
Any rebuttal witnesses for the people?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have a motion?
I do. Find over on count 1 as charged, assaulting, resisting, or obstructing Officer Darnell Tyson. Reserve any further argument for rebuttal.
Response.
Your Honor, I under MCR 6110F, dismissal of the lack of probable cause and insufficient evidence. There's no proof of any harm done. The officer that said I struck him, he also said that I didn't, and he was just kidding. We all heard it, didn't want to play it over again for some reason, but it was pretty clear what he said. Appreciate the officer showing up to with a highly intoxicated cause for investigation, but I do that does not warrant my detainment, much less my arrest. Yeah, and under MCR 6110F, dismissal lack of a probable cause, there was no probable cause. Anything after that is thrown out and inadmissible. It's under Matt versus Ohio.
Ms. Lundy, any response?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. I don't really need it. Folks, give me 5 minutes. I'll come back with my decision on this. I
excuse the police officers. Good thing you're just informed.
Oh, no, they're going to be here as long as I am. No, they cannot go anywhere.
Thank you.
What'd you say? I don't think that's what he said, but that's all right. First name and reason.
All right. All right. 14A District Court for County of Washington, State of Michigan is back in session. The Honorable Judge Simpson.
Thank you. You may be seated. All right. Having no additional argument in this case, the facts and circumstances of this case, the people with reference to count 1, the charges as against Officer Tyson, the people have sustained their burden of showing that the offense
I think so.
of resisting and obstructing that officer, Officer Tyson, was done by the defendant on that date and at that time. Additionally, as the court can do pursuant to court rule and statute, the court does believe that other offenses were committed during the course of this, which are 2 other additional charges of resisting and obstructing, specifically when starting, I guess, with what I will make count 2 with regard to Sergeant Gibbs, the failure to follow the sergeant's command, and I have to give the sergeant all the credit in the world that he gave continuous warnings for the defendant to remove himself from the area. The defendant then refused to do so. At the point at which also the defendant is being detained and put into handcuffs, there is sufficient testimony that at that point the defendant committed a separate offense of obstruction at that point in resisting the officers, and then ultimately the one to the kick to the groin of Officer Tyson. So those, in essence, constitute the three separate counts of resisting and obstructing. Therefore, the defendant is bound over to circuit court on those three charges.
Your Honor, can I ask a clarifying question so I make sure I file a corrected amended information? The court found probable cause for added count 3 resisting and obstructing, opposing or endangering which officers? All three?
Yes, all three officers. So count 1 is referenced Officer Tyson. Count 2 is referencing Sergeant Gibbs. Count 3 is referencing Officer Smith. With regard to taking the defendant into custody, and he's resisting of the handcuffing, as well as, quite frankly, his resisting of, during the pat down, the refusal to acknowledge or respond to the officer's questions can constitute obstruction. So he is bound over on those three charges. Do you understand that, Mr. McGrew?
Still argue probable cause, but I'll let the paperwork from this point forward talk.
Pardon? What are you saying?
No questions over there.
All right. The information presented to you and then arraigned on that information?
No.
All right, so you're waiving presentation and reading of that information?
Sure.
All right. Waive presentation and reading of the information. And sir, what plea are you entering to those three counts?
I'm innocent, Your Honor.
Okay. Here are your choices. You can plead not guilty, you can plead guilty, or you can stand mute, say nothing, and the court will enter a not guilty plea for you. Out those three options, how would you like to plead to the three charges?
Same you.
And then having waived formal reading, standing mute to all three counts, court will enter a not guilty plea as to all three counts. Pre-trial in this matter will be set for
April 3rd at 1:30 p.m. with Judge Slay.
April 3rd, 2025, 1:30 before Judge Slay.
May I have until noon tomorrow to submit a signed amended information to?
Yes, we'll hold the file.
Thank you.
If you do that, that way the whole file can go up.
My goal will be by noon tomorrow.
Fantastic.
Previously, the defendant has accepted email service of motions, but the court piece of finds to make requires that they'll accept email service of the signed information.
Sir?
Emails, I can.
At first, the defendant seemed confident that he could out-argue the courtroom with technical legal questions. But as the hearing continued, one thing became clear: knowing a few legal terms isn't the same as understanding courtroom procedure. The judge repeatedly reminded him that every defendant, whether represented by a lawyer or not, must follow the same rules. In the end, the courtroom wasn't deciding who argued the loudest, it was deciding what the evidence and the law actually supported. Do you think the defendant raised valid concerns, or did he hurt his own case by refusing to follow the court's process? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more real courtroom breakdowns.